We want to ensure that we are not admitting into our country the very threats our soldiers are fighting overseas.
With the stroke of a pen, President Donald Trump temporarily barred refugees from entering the U.S., causing many to be detained and sparking massive protests at airports across the country. Critics say the president's executive order wrongly targets refugees who already undergo intense vetting. In September, the director of the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services briefed Congress on the government's success.
But the fact is that since September 11th, not a single act of actual terrorist violence has been committed by a refugee who has undergone our screening procedures.
A recent report from the nonpartisan RAND Corporation concluded refugees wanting to come to the United States often have to wait months, even years, before gaining approval. It's a slow route and one of the most scrutinized, which may explain why terrorists have not used it. RAND says refugees were not responsible for the attack at Fort Hood, the shootings at San Bernardino, or any of the 7 fatal jihadist attacks since 9/11.
Had this order been in effect since 9/11, how many lives would have been saved? And the answer is none.
Brian Michael Jenkins is the author of the report and a terrorism expert.
It is clear that the radicalization process took place here. Our problem is one of inspiration from abroad, not immigration.
Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, once a refugee herself, is a harsh critic of Trump's action.
The truth is that America can simultaneously protect the security of our borders and our citizens and maintain our country's long tradition of welcoming those who have nowhere else to turn.
The president's press secretary continued to defend the executive order in a daily briefing with reporters today. The White House, however, did not get back to us by our deadline about RAND's conclusions, but did ask to review their report. Mark Greenblatt, Scripps News in Washington.